Welcome to another episode of the Planet Coaster series, and today is going to be a bit random, really. I kind of realize quite quickly that I don't really know what to do. So I start out kind of on the building we were working on last because I want to add a little bit to try to get the staff building up to 100%. That's not going to happen. I don't even know if I do get it up much higher than it already was. Here I was kind of looking for like a stop sign because I wanted it to be kind of like a staff only sign to have hanging on the wall or something. But alas, none of the shapes there work for what I was looking for, so that's kind of weird. I thought they would have that, but guess not. Here I'm also looking through some of the cool effects like fire and electricity and water and the like, because I feel like those add a lot of prestige, but I keep continuing to call it prestige, but I don't think that's how it's used in this game. But I'm probably going to continue to do it, so I'm talking about adding beauty to the area when I say that, so be aware, because I don't think that's a habit I'll ever be able to break. But because I feel like those things add a lot, but I found some smoke, which you saw me put into the fire, because for some reason, by default, it doesn't have smoke. So here I was trying to put in that wood, because I thought that it might look more like a deck if I did that, opposed to the weird sandstone that matches absolutely nothing else in the park. But it looked terrible, because I can't do anything about the way the sand is shaped. So I can't make it smooth, I can't deal with it in any capacity, so there it is. So I thought maybe I could make it look a little more finished by adding a fence on the side, and I was looking through the default fences that they have, but none of them really fit the theme I was kind of looking for. So like the things that I thought would look nice were the wrong colors, and I couldn't adjust them, or they looked too finished compared to the rest of the build, so I just started using the same kind of pillars that I used to build the supports, and I'm just gonna lay them on the side and then stick some into the ground so that only the tops are available to make support. So it actually turns out well, especially because the end doesn't poke out into like the staff room hallway. Don't know why I couldn't get this to snap straight up and down. It was stuck with a very big gap, and I don't know why I couldn't get it to work, but I eventually just deleted it and started out with a new one, which is fine because it worked at that time. And here I'm trying to space them out kind of close, but I didn't want it to be perfect because it is by like the older pirate kind of feel, and then I turned the different support things to have different shapes, so that just add a little bit. And then I took some of this cap, I guess, from the roof to kind of make the transition from the one slope to the other a little more smooth, or look a little more finished. So it didn't actually look all that bad the way it was. It kind of fit the theme. And then I'm moving on over here, and I'm going to be starting to build around this memento. What was it? It's not Hats Fantastic, but it's one of the gift shops. But I noticed that there was no staff in there, so I was checking how our staff was doing. They were doing pretty good, so I just needed to add another security officer because he was overwhelmed, and a park our size, we could probably use another one. Luckily, later we'll find out that our guests are actually quite happy, so it's not as bad as the last park I did before, where they were breaking absolutely everything, so that's good. I did check on somebody, and they were very thirsty, and the two shops right there are very busy, so I was going to add another drink shop attached to the other opposite side of the gift shop, because I thought it'd be kind of cool to have the same building but having it accessed from different paths. And then instead of trying to stick to the same size, I was going to make this build a little bigger, and I kind of went with the shape of the area, but I'm not going to really know what to do with it after that. I really don't do much beyond doing the outer walls and putting in a form of a ceiling, because it's starting to feel a bit repetitive, and I don't know how to make them look unique and nice, really. So I'm just going to be working on getting the foundation and then see if maybe the next time I get on I have better inspiration. Maybe I'll look into one of the other packs to see if one of them could give me what I'm looking for. Though I don't really know what I'm looking for. I feel like I'm missing something. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Well, fingers crossed we get some inspiration. I'll be looking at some of the default parks to see if I can get some cool ideas from those on how to make things look nice. There I was just doing some more research. I'm trying to get all of the food and drink and stuff researched, but I'm going to be going on a little bit of a rant on it in a little bit, so I won't cover it too much, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to unlock any other drinks, which is very bizarre. Like, most of these challenges you can unlock like all of the scenery types and all of the drinks and all of the food, but I'm not seeing any way to unlock the scenery or the drinks, which is a little annoying because there's really not all that many assets that work for the pirates specifically. And so it would be nice if I could branch out and have stuff, from the fantasy pack and that kind of thing, because you never know how you can repurpose something from a different pack to look nice. And in this area, what I really wanted to do was have it like you were peeking into the window of this building and you could see pirates doing stuff. Like, what I really wanted was to have them like sitting around a table and talking, kind of a deal. I just wanted them to be chilling, but almost every single pirate is either shooting a gun or looking through a telescope of some sort or looking around, some kind of scout. And there's not very many idle ones except for this guy, when we've already used him quite a few times. You can't have 3 of those standing in a room pretending to talk, like it doesn't work. And so I was looking at maybe the Western guys, but they're clearly Western with like the bandanas around the mouth and the hats. I do think I could probably work in some of these explorers, but again, there's like one digging and one using a pickaxe. Not exactly great for having kind of a more calm scene, which I understand. I did really consider, and I still may go back to this, having this on the inside so that they could watch that while they were ordering. But I don't know how I'd have to reform the building so that we could still have the 2 shops accessed from the different sides of the build and have them both be able to see that stage. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I did consider having this trap door and have it be like you're kind of checking out something secret and that he's idly guarding it. But I wanted it to look like it opened up and there was just this black emptiness, like alluding to there's a hole there. But the shapes that I was going to use to do that, the black looks very silver, like the same color as this roof, which to me is not black. It's kind of a very light slate color or something like that, and that's just not what I was looking for. Adding another bench and a garbage can, just because we don't want them littering a bunch. And here I realized that I'd stuck the walls or the windows to the shops on the wrong side, so the people were standing in the wall. Easy fix, just a annoying one. You're always trying to come up with something to hang over the doors to add a little bit of definition, and I really like these kind of tarp ones. They kind of reminded me of like maybe a repurposed sail from one of the ships, so that was good. Doing more research, getting everything unlocked. We're gonna end up being pretty close to finishing all of the food stalls and I think all of the gift stuff, because just every time it popped up I would quickly throw on some more and then go back to what I was doing, because we were making enough money that it wasn't really a concern. Here I'm just deciding I really don't like this roof and area of this building, and it's kind of bothered me for some time. So now I'm finally working on it. So I went ahead and removed that little bit of a corner piece and added a small slope piece. But again, I don't understand why the wall bit that's supposed to attach to the ceiling or the roof bit don't fit together. Like, it's either very clearly much lower than it, or it's cutting through it, and you just think, like, even the same pack, like, I know I do sometimes use a different wood type for a different roof, but I did switch to having the natural one, and it also didn't. And I adjusted how much the grid was, and even that didn't work. So I don't know why it's like that. Here I'm just adjusting the balcony area a little bit to stick out because it was broken, and when the railings were meeting they were being really, really weird. So I pulled them out a little bit, and I'm going to be using these poles for support for a little bit. And that's going to be about it for this montage sped up bit. Welcome to the live quote-unquote part. As you have seen, I've been kind of all over the place. I have a lot I want to do, but I don't really have the parts to do it, so it's a little annoying. But I think this really adds to it, having these like supports and everything. I might try this in other locations. I guess this little bit is a little weird, but it just adds some like dimension to the thing. So yeah, we've got this guy on his lookout, and then what else did we manage to do? We added a railing. We worked on this a little bit. I was hoping to get this guy up to 100%, but it's only at 68%, so we're gonna have to work on that for a little bit. It doesn't look like these guys are have a prestige. Just wanted to check. You never know. But yeah, I really wanted something to like look at while they're waiting in line, but there wasn't really much that I could add there that I could think of. I might just have to change what I want to do there. I've also been thinking about trying to use some of the shipwreck bits as part of the houses, like they made purpose for them, but I don't know yet. I'm all over the place, as I said. Hey there, buddy, you're a bit loud. So yeah, that's what we've managed to work on. We've built up this shape. I'm pretty happy with it. Still not sure here. Staff members can't find staff members to increase capacity or build more staff rooms. Okay. Let's pop into here. How many can they hold right now? Let's go up to 5. Confirm. And then we'll do that with the other one. We should probably make some rosters so that people aren't going, you know, all the way over here to go to the staff building when there's one closer to them. Alright, so let's get this guy increased by 1. Confirm. So we have 5 in each. Ooh. Alright, so we have 2 objectives done. Employ 10 vendors and at least 70% average staff happiness. Current is 88, so that's great. And for 1 month, but it's almost been 3 now, so go us. We also need build staff buildings with a combined capacity of 10, which we've just done. And now the next thing we need to achieve is a park value of 35,000. We're at 20,000, and we need to attract 1,000 guests. At least 70% average guest happiness, which is at 94. Holy cow, I did not think it was going that well. Multiple shops do not have vendors. Meh. How annoying. It's really hard to balance how many vendors you need. Oh wow, these guys are all empty. Okay, so maybe I'm just not sure how to fix that. I'm also trying to unlock drinks, but that's not been available. Is there only 2 types of drinks available in this mode? I don't know. Do coasters unlock drinks? The other thing that I haven't been able to see if it's going to be available is like other scenery types. So like the sci-fi. I haven't been able to unlock it, and the problem is a lot of the shops, they'll take bits and pieces from other types, you know? So if we look at shops and go to even just the drinks, there's one called Pirates Need Coffee too, but I can't use it because it clearly used something from another pack. And I'm not seeing anywhere where I can unlock other scenery types, which is a little annoying. I don't know why they've decided that that's not an option. It's also really annoying that there's only one type of drink, because we have one. I don't know if the slushy works as food or drink or a combo, but I really need something that counts as just drinks that's not soda. Like, they get upset when there's too many of the same type, but they're not really giving me any options unless I'm not remembering what I need to be researching to get more drinks. So we'll just keep going with what we have, I guess. and hope that soon we either figure that out or accept our fate, I guess, which would really suck. Because again, they get unhappy, it seems, if there's only one type of drink. So I guess I need to work on the rosters and getting more staff out. We only really have 2 areas that would need the roster, this and this. Look at all those people. That's really nice to see. This guy's got quite a line as well. Should consider getting an info shop up front sometime soon. Is this edible? Edible. Duster. No, is this capable of being edited? Yeah, but not in the way I would hope. The bathroom's up against the back here. So it would be cool to have the info booth there. I guess we could clear it up and have it attached here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a little stumped on how I want to decorate some of this stuff. It's starting to feel really repetitive, and I don't know what kind of new areas or new things I could think of. Maybe I should start working over here, which might not be a bad idea. What kind of rides do we have? We've got the teacups, and I'd really like to add the teacups, but they take up like this whole side of the island. Like, I guess I could put it here, right there, and fill that up. But maybe move it over here. It seems silly to have one ride over here. And I don't know why the teacup is so big. I just hadn't realized. Like, it's even... That might be something we could do. Kind of stick it out in the water. But I don't know why it would be out there. Oh, one of these wouldn't be a bad plan, but they're awful to get people to enjoy because they're so low in excitement. We have one of these. The wild blue. Yeah. Just we need kind of small stuff to put over here. Again, I like to kind of stick with the theme. Maybe this guy? I don't know that this one's any smaller, though. Oh, it is. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little stumped. I'm gonna keep unlocking stuff and see what I can come up with for themes, and then I'll start unlocking the roller coasters and stuff. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.